And welcome to another edition of UFO Video News Now. Let me give you a quick preview of what I got coming up in this video. The first is this strange craft that was seen over downtown Los Angeles. And then I got this one here that was taken with the, I think it was a SpaceX launch. It's one of the Falcon 9. But you see this craft here, or this strange light, move across the screen. Actually, there's a couple of them. And then this is a strange one. This is from Jaime Maussan TV. It says some teenagers caught what looks to be a dog abduction. I mean, here's a UFO. Believe it or not, this little object down here seems to be a dog or a coyote or some kind of canine. Actually, we'll see a close-up of it too. And then this is something I found on Reddit. It says 4 alien videos compilation. Again, I have no idea whether, this is authentic or not, but supposedly these are 4 different videos of aliens. I don't think all of them are alive, though. And then I have this little clip here about Boyd Bushman, who is a Lockheed engineer. He's the guy that showed that photo. It was a Polaroid of a small alien being that a lot of people wanted to claim was a toy from Walmart. But, Walmart, there was never any catalog with Walmart selling that little toy. But anyways, here he talks about this asteroid that's going to pass, I think in 2029 and 2036, but eventually it's supposed to actually hit the planet. And then this is a clip of what looks to be a Sasquatch walking up a mountain. And then there's another one of another guy who caught a Sasquatch, I think near some water. And then also in the beginning, there's a guy that's talking about he came across some Sasquatch footprints buried in the sand. And then this is some strange structures that were found in Japan. And you can see by these cuts here that, this isn't anything that was done by primitive hands. You can see the markings here of something that, cut this and made these precisions, perfectly straight 90-degree angle cuts. But this is in Japan, and there's a bunch of other, there's a giant quarry, look at this huge quarry, or what they believe was a quarry. But you can see here along this wall here, the same striations in the rock. And then we're going to also take a look at, this is the Longyu cave in China. This guy actually misidentifies this. But this is for sure the Longyu caves in China, which is this huge underground structure that was found in a puddle. I think it was some farmer or something tried to drain a little lake and found out he couldn't drain it. It was because it was just so huge. But again, this is definitely more evidence that they were advanced civilizations in the past. Let's see, where's that? Yeah, look at the size of these rooms, these gigantic caverns. And then we'll also have more photos from this unknown file. But actually, someone in the comments said that some of these images could possibly be from the Ariel school incident, which was happened in some place in Africa where a UFO landed and spoke to the kids telepathically. And again, that was just one of several incidences that were very similar. But anyways, if you appreciate the time and effort I put into bringing this information to you, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video. And more importantly, please subscribe. So let's get with this. Okay, so let me go full screen here. And you can clearly see this object here.
That is so weird. That's not a plane.
That one's taking off. These guys getting out of town.
Yeah, I wonder if that has a conventional explanation, because you can definitely see control surfaces. So is this like some guy's new invention, or is this even real?
Coming from the same direction. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I'm starting to see some diffusion or something here.
the air base is way in that direction. So, you know, I don't think that they took off.
Is it possible that this is some kind of new experimental craft?
I don't know if that's just, you know, he's out down side where.
What the fuck? Yeah, what is going on with this here? You know, I find interesting is these the sightings, you know, that were taking place in New Jersey. That was all in the media a few weeks ago. It's died down, but the sightings haven't died down. It's just the media stopped reporting on it, which is what that Graves guy said. Ryan Graves said on the Joe Rogan podcast that they would talk about this for a week or two, and then they would forget about it and move on.
Another one up here.
But these sightings are definitely still going on. I just watched a video from Chris Lato showing in Denmark. I think it was Denmark. You know, where a bunch of them were sighted.
They're going crazy.
Yeah, now this is a real strange one here. Look at the shape of this thing. And you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of these crafts have been flying around in our skies for a long time, but for whatever reason, they're just now allowing themselves to be seen. At least on a worldwide basis. Because they definitely know how to conceal themselves in the infrared or the ultraviolet light. Yeah, now look at that thing. Anyways, that's that for that video. There's another clip of Greer talking about some nonsense. We don't need to listen to that though. Okay, now here is again, this is from a French. It says this was, let me just back up a little here. It says something strange is happening on the screen of SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket launcher.
C'était après que
This was after the altitude above the Earth and acceleration speed stopped for a few minutes and remained still. Look at that thing right there, zipping by. The other part was coming back down to Earth. Planets, moons, etc. could be seen in the background. There goes another one. Now, what's interesting is I don't know why Elon Musk, you know, when he was asked about UFOs on the Joe Rogan podcast, he denied that these things are out there when, I mean, you can clearly see, and he has to know about this stuff. You know, I wonder if he's like made to sign some type of NDA where he has to deny. I mean, sort of like what with Dr. Gary Nolan. You know, he's coming out basically disclosing, but still wants to insist that that Atacama humanoid, or that little alien dude, right, with 12 ribs, fully formed, is somehow a human that just has some issues, like 150 some odd different issues. Oh, you know, if it wasn't for these 156 differences, this thing would be human. Anomalies, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, now this is a strange one here. Like I said, believe it or not, this is supposed to be some kind of dog or something. Let me just back up a little from here. Let me go full screen. And what's interesting is you can see this thing is being lit up. There's the thing that's carrying it. And think, this is, there's a bunch of people. I think this is like a soccer game. They're all watching this happening.
Testigos se percataron de la presencia de un objeto en forma de disco que exponía a su alrededor una serie de luces en tonalidad verde. Además de la sorprendente presencia.
Green tones. In addition to the surprising presence of this UFO, it was observed that a few meters below, a strange figure accompanied the mysterious visitor. Observe carefully, when the author of the recording had the closest angle to these two objects, he fixed the sights on his cell phone and managed to confirm a scene that was more surprising and unusual than ever, since in reality a dog was being carried through the air. Observe again. Oh, let me see if I can stop this thing right in a good spot. Boom, right there. Look at that. Yeah, that definitely looks like some type of canine, or could be, coyote, mountain lion. I mean, hope that's not someone's pet. And then look at that. Look at how you see the lighting on that thing? Like, even the dog moves its head, its legs. The tail was also perceived to have a kind of ring with lights attached to its body. If the facts are true, we would be facing one of the most important evidences of all time, in which the kidnapping of a living being by intelligences other than our own would be observed. Yeah, that's definitely some kind of canine or four-legged creature. I think I'm going to use that as my thumbnail. Look at this thing. Look at the legs. Again, let's see. Yeah, look at that tail is kind of long. So, I mean, this possibly could be like a mountain lion too. But I don't know that. The mouth part, too angular, too pointy, I think, to be a mountain lion. More like some kind of dog or a coyote. Maybe even a wolf. And you can see here how this whole thing is lit up. And although like cattle mutilations aren't necessarily reported as much, I think they're still happening. And again, it's not just cattle either. There have been cases, multiple cases of dogs and cats, people's pets being found like cut in half. Either found on your lawn or a neighbor's lawn, if it's a cat that's gone missing. There have been horses. And, wait, here's another one with a horse. Oh, yeah, where's the...
Il cavallo e vola, scusa. Come dire?
Siamo solo noi.
Zitta, mi.
Yeah, this guy's not using a... I gotta think about that. Other guy had a really, really steady hand. Or whoever took that footage.
E il cavallo si trovava già in prossimità tra l'albero e l'antenna più grossa. Più
So yeah,
grande.
you can see here
Io mi sono posizionato
how
qua
far this
così,
thing is.
da dentro, e un po' dentro e un po' col display LCD aperto, perché non vedevo bene col display. Poi ho cercato di prendere posizione fermo così e ho iniziato a filmare. Però ovviamente quando io vado a zoomare, vado a ingrandire l'oggetto, è inevitabile tremare, muovere, anche perché il cuore pum 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 pum, e allora fa questo lavoro qua.
Poco después, los testigos recordaron esta insólita experiencia ante il periodista Jaime Maussan.
If I can stop it where you
Io il cavallo l'ho visto a 250 metri circa a occhio nudo, proprio, ed era enorme, era bellissimo. All'inizio ero un po'...
Wow, that's a great haircut. So yeah, let's
Io
take a little
scioccata.
closer look at this.
E uguale per altri 2 o 3 filmati, a mio parere molto importanti.
Stava vivo il cavallo?
Secondo te era vivo? Era un animale
Yeah, so
vivo?
now where again, there's obviously
Secondo me-
a crap, you can't see the craft, which means that they must be hiding themselves in the infrared. Again, why would they let this thing be seen though? Very strange. Anyways, let's go to this next little clip here. This is 4 alien videos compilations. First one is Video Underground, Citadel, Nazca, Peru. Comparison to this case. And there's another link. This is video is from, then the second clip is video is from the southern of US, also in a cave. Third, video is totally unknown for me, house-made. And then fourth, video is from Russia, hybrid beings, older case. Enjoy. So let's go full screen and check this out. You know, this thing definitely doesn't look like it's alive. Possibly some type of preserved. You know, based on the fact that these beings, again, are found here. Well, look at this. Now, what the heck is going on with this? Late night in the southern. Does this even look real to you? Or were those movements a little, like, cartoonish? Let's see if you look at that. Look at the movement. No, that looks real. You hear this part kind of looked sort of. Look at the way they move. That doesn't even look human. Like I think that may have been some type of AI. This I've seen before. Look at this being. And again, you know, if this is real and this is on Earth, right? This person has no issues breathing our air or being acclimated. Now, this is definitely. Let me go small. This is definitely. These are two sisters. I've seen this. These two sisters do this on a routine basis. They get dressed up like this. Video is very much a hybrid. No, they're not hybrids. They're two very tall twin sisters that dress up like this as a publicity stunt. Well, but Jesus, yeah, they do kind of look kind of. You know what? I'm not going to say that they're 100% human. I do know that I've seen other clips of these two sisters, very, very tall. You know, they're obviously models, but I think they're like more, they promote things. Anyways, let's go to this clip here. This is Lockheed engineer Boyd Bushman on asteroid Apophis, scheduled for 2029 and 2036.
There's a rock up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see that.
Well, that actually came whizzing past between the moon and the Earth about 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. It's going to come back again in 2029, yeah, 2029, and then it will come back and just between the Earth and Moon, and it will come back the next time in 2036.
So the
and
orbit is
actually,
decaying.
it will collide someplace between Siberia and Africa, and it will be a huge impact. Many megatons.
Bigger than Tunguska?
Don't know.
How big is that thing?
It depends on its velocity.
Now remember that one military guy who said that they're talking about evacuating the planet. So is this the reason why? They know that this is coming in 2036.
But it's there. We know it. We're tracking it.
Oh my
And I said, and number 6.
Number 6. Yeah, we don't want to see that asteroid impacting the Earth. Anyways, let's go to this Sasquatch video here. This is a mother and daughter pulled into this park, and the mother noticed what she believed to be somebody walking up the mountain, but then she realized that, you know, where this was, that there's no way that she should be able to see this person, at least that big.
And stated on our media site. Saw what I thought was a person, but my daughter couldn't see, so I recorded and zoomed in to show her. I didn't record long because I didn't want to be a creep. Looked back at the video when I got home and realized how far away we really were. He was at the top of the mountain and I was on the road below. You wouldn't see a human from that far of a distance, so I zoomed in even more. RMSO asks, what did you think it was? Were you able to estimate its height or width? Kelly continues, I honestly thought it was a person at first, but something was just off. It was very big, as I'm actually far away from this hillside, but I could see it from where I was before I even started recording on my phone. To me, it looked very tall, long arms that swayed towards its rear when it walked. The way it freezes when it stops is weird. It's all black to me. The strides I feel are very big to be noticeable from that far. The atmosphere was very off-filling. I don't know how to describe it. I could feel it looking at us. Huge sense of being watched. The shoulders looked very wide. I see it looked wobbly at first, but it also looked like it was limping. Completely unsure. I don't know a lot of information about Bigfoot, so it made me highly curious what I encountered. I don't believe it was a person. They'd blend more into the hillside, or I wouldn't be able to see them at all. I think they'd look tiny, not as prominent as this was. I walked a small distance, looked back within 2 minutes, and it was completely gone. RMSO asks, how much longer did you watch the figure after you finished filming? And what is over there? Is it brush, grass, rocks? It seems to be traversing uneven terrain.
Yeah, let me go back to this beginning here where this guy talks about finding these gigantic footprints.
Inked on it, and then we already measured the other one. I don't know if you guys can see them both, but there's one there, like he stood there for a second, or like Jenny says, maybe he was just before leap this mess, you know. He may have gotten his feet pretty close together.
Yeah, think how heavy this person, this creature would have to be to depress the ground this much.
Stop and look, or to leap. They're a little over 17 inches long, and this one at the widest point is a little bit less than 8 inches wide. Across the toes, you're getting about 8 inches wide there. And then this one over here, this one, it looks like it flipped a rock. This one. And remember, it's not necessarily the shape of their foot, but the damage they did to the ground. And this, it looks like this rock used to be sitting right here at the edge of the foot. And him hitting the edge here flipped the rock back. Much nicer than how he damaged the ground right here. I don't know.
Look at how all of these pine needles are also pressed into the ground. Right, these pine needles weren't like, they didn't fall after. These pine needles were there, and the weight of this creature pushed it into the ground. And he mentions that.
No, we're in a Bigfoot sighting.
Anyways, let me just jump ahead to this other guy, seeing this other one here. I think, is this the same one?
2 car spaces?
No, yeah, it's the same one with a lady. So here's another one. Oh, it's just the same guy talking about the size of the foot. anyways, let's go to this last video here. Now, this is about this gigantic structure that was found in Japan. And again, this is definitely evidence that this had to have been created by some type of advanced machinery. And the idea that, the archaeologists still wanted to insist that this was somehow created by primitive hands is ridiculous. And, a lot of people, which I think is legitimate, criticize science, being like a religion. And it actually is, if you think about like some of the ways they determine what's real or not, based on, if I remember correct, the scientific method, right? I'm trying to think back to my high school days, or I can't remember what college. Yeah, the scientific method, which was by the Rene Descartes, right? And this was something 16th, 17th century. So we're talking 400 years ago, right? Some guy came up with a method to determine whether a theory could be proven, right? You have to be able to repeat it. So they can't, again, that needs to be updated, right? This whole scientific method thing needs to be updated.
Journey to Nokogiri Mountain in Japan's enchanting Chiba region, where history and mystery intertwine. Known as the Saw Mountain, this natural marvel astonishes visitors at first glance with its towering...
Did he just say this is a natural wonder? Really? These perfectly right angles, and this thing is natural, huh? Interesting.
30-meter high, sharp, and perfectly flat rock walls.
Yeah, look at this. Look at that cut there. That's a perfect right angle cut. Right here. Look at these people standing up here. This is the ledge. So this is some type of tourist attraction.
These walls, seemingly carved by the hands of an ancient master, showcase craftsmanship so flawless that it compels us to question the extraordinary skills and knowledge humanity once possessed. While examining the precise cuts on these rocks, history tells us...
Yeah, look at these markings here. Some type of machine markings, which, when we go to Longview Cave, you'll see the same thing.
That the mountain served as a quarry during the Edo period. Stones were said to have been worked using simple tools such as handmade hammers, chisels, and iron saws.
Again, why would anyone believe that simple tools? Again, you can obviously see by these cuts that this was done by some type of machinery or some type of technology that had the ability to slice into this rock as if it were clay.
However, the cut marks on Nokogiri Mountain reveal a precision and craftsmanship that seem far beyond what these rudimentary tools could achieve. Remarkably, they bear an uncanny resemblance to the traces left by modern mining equipment. This phenomenon isn't unique to Japan. It also brings to mind similar structures in other parts of the world. The rock cuts at the Yangshan Quarry in China, the Baalbek Temple in Lebanon, and the Longview Caves in Egypt display almost perfect...
He said the Longview Caves in Egypt. This is actually in China. But you can see that, that's the same tool marks, right? This is obviously the symmetry here, the repeating lines. This was some type of machine, some type of grinder.
Perfect alignment with those on Nokogiri Mountain. These similarities suggest the existence...
Again, this is the Longview Cave. You can see these potted plants, but this is huge. And look at all of these cut marks.
Transition to the Oya Quarry, a remarkable engineering marvel of the ancient world. As you step inside, you feel transported to the depths of the past, as if time has stopped. The immense caverns seemingly...
And look at the size of this place. Now, then, this is the Longview Cave. There's nothing in the historical record, no written account of who did this. And obviously, based on the size this was done by some type of advanced civilization. But for whatever reason, current academia continues to deny that this stuff is real. Yeah, here's some other rock. Look at these precision cuts. Here's this person down here, right? So someone cut this from the top down into the rock. And then here's this
800-ton structure, carved from a single granite block, showcases a unique craftsmanship and purpose. The techniques used to carve this massive stone demand knowledge far beyond the capabilities of the known technologies of its time. Why was it designed and carved in this way? Was it for astronomical observations or religious rituals? Even with modern tools, the methods and motivations behind the creation of this stone remain a mystery, deepening our inquiries into humanity.
Is it possible that this thing was once metal? I mean, in the same way wood, right, turns into petrified wood, turns into rock. Is it possible that some type of alloy, metal alloy, if it sits around long enough, would transform into, what we call rock? Well, yeah, and this is Sigiriya. Look at this place. This is in India, I believe. This is that one where down at the bottom, the entrances are these giant looks like the foot of a dragon or something like that. And this is, obviously done by the hands of advanced civilizations, people with advanced knowledge. Not hunter-gatherers. There are no hunter-gatherers that are doing things like this today. So what would make anyone believe that, that the hunter-gatherers in the past had the ability to do this? I think this is evidence that the ancient past, they were, again, highly advanced people. But anyways, let's go to these images. 7D light beings, shift of planet polarity. This is me, Helpers HD. Yeah, so again, is this some little girl who was given, telepathically given some type of information? Here, the shift of planet polarity. How would a young child even know anything about a planet having polarity? Because I'm pretty sure that's not something that, I learned about probably until maybe I was a senior in high school, junior or senior, or maybe I was aware of it as a freshman. But it's not something that I even conceived of, planetary polarity. You know what I mean? In elementary school. And this definitely looks like something that was drawn by someone that, is definitely not in high school. This is interesting. I wonder why they show this craft in movement, but then this person or this being is floating behind it. Well, but this person definitely has some artistic ability, but I don't understand what the heck is going on here. This is the ship that the ship that took me, 4:30 p.m. Start daylight, November 1st, 98. Bedroom in Texas. And this is also something that I find strange, right? If this child drew this, I'm going to assume or surmise that they must have seen this. And if they saw this gigantic craft floating over this house, why didn't anyone else? Right? And I think it's this ability that these people have to selectively or to select who they want to see them. Very strange for sure. Right, I wonder if this is a more accurate depiction. And yeah, look at these eyes, right? I remember some of those other drawings, those little kids would emphasize how they were like rays or, some type of force coming from these eyes. Very, very strange. Very strange to think that, that there are beings like this walking around us or walking on this planet, maybe even amongst us. And again, they have the psychic ability to determine what we can and cannot see. Let's see, look at the fingers here. 1, 2, 3 fingers. Here, 1, 2, this maybe 4 fingers here. Big giant eyes looking down. This is alien baby, alien lady, and then Ariel. So again, who in a lot of these images, I notice this name Ariel. So is this Ariel? I don't think this has to do with the Ariel school landing. I believe this again is the girl that is drawing this. Because I think in one of these others, yeah, here again, Ariel, alien. So I believe this is showing how this little girl is being floated into this ship, transported into this ship by some type of gravity cancellation system or something. Here we have a ship. We have an alien lady, an alien, and 2 aliens, and then I believe this is a representation of the girl who witnessed this. Again, here's Ariel again. Alien baby, alien. I don't know what this is in her hand here. But is Ariel being used as some type of surrogate to pop out these little hybrid babies? Or is Ariel a young child? Alien spaceship. Again, this is, based on this drawing, this is a spaceship where, whoever is piloting this craft has to land on the Earth and then walk down this ramp. Whereas in some of these other ones, here, obviously this one, these people have a technology where, they don't have to land. They can float people up. So that would indicate to me that these are 2 different groups. Right? This group doesn't have the technology, doesn't have this teleportation or this tractor beam technology. Yeah, these guys don't have that. So I'm assuming, yeah, that they're different groups, but they're all landing here. Anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for making it all the way till the end. And as I've said before, if you appreciate the time and effort I put into bringing this information to you, please give this video a like. Please share, and more importantly, please subscribe and leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Until next time, take care.